Hi, everybody. Coming out of a 3-day haze of 3 days of holidays and Shabbat. It's been a holiday called Shmini and then Simchat Torah, followed by Shabbat. So 3 days where I have no electricity turning on or off, not going online, not answering my phone, not texting, completely disconnected from all that and very connected to spiritual matters, which is pretty amazing. So I guess I wanted to just share with you a really interesting idea that dawned on me over the last 3 days. So one of the holidays that we celebrated was called Simchat Torah. And on this holiday, we're having so much fun dancing and sweating with the Torah. In my synagogue, at least we did. And men and women alike are coming to synagogue to celebrate and hug and kiss the Torah and sing and dance. Children are distributed candy bars, and it's late at night, and it's a lot of fun, and then early the next day. So one woman that I bumped into in synagogue, she was dancing, and I was a little surprised. She didn't seem like the dancing type, but she said the reason she was doing it was for her child, because she wanted her child to see how fun it was to dance and sing on a special day like this one. And I thought to myself, you know, how impactful that must be for her daughter. I grew up in the same synagogue I'm raising my children in, so I had the same experience that they just did, which is that being with the Torah, being with this Bible of the Jewish people is extremely fun and exciting. So all this dancing and sweating is like a huge lesson that's just so high impact lesson for our kids and for ourselves, that teaches this generation and the next generation that we are celebrating something. So it really is reminiscent of another time the Orthodox Jews do a lot of dancing and singing, and that is when we're sweating away at somebody's wedding. Why do you see hundreds of people sweating and dancing like crazy at a wedding? Because we're trying to pump up the married couple, because they're about to have a whole lot of work ahead of them as married people. And so we want them to start off with a bang, pump them up with tons of dancing, tons of enthusiasm, because they're going to have so much work ahead of them. And on Simchat Torah, the holiday that we just celebrated, we're going from dancing like crazy because we're finishing up the Torah, learning it every single week and learning it in the synagogue. And now we're starting it all over again at Genesis. That's a lot of work. That's a year's worth of work. It might make us feel like it's just too much for us to accomplish and it's too daunting a task. And there's a lot of personal development that we learn every single lesson, every single holiday of the year. So we start the year off with this incredible bang of pumping ourselves up, dancing and sweating the night away, and the following day in this holiday where we celebrate the Torah called Simchat Torah. And we are literally, you're seeing people hugging the Torah and dancing around with it, which is this beautiful sight, and people gathering around to give it a kiss. And it's such a lesson. And my husband's rabbi in Israel, Rabbi Yitzchak Berkowitz, the person who ordained him as a rabbi, he taught us this beautiful idea, which is that the Jewish people, we glorify the brain. We glorify head over everything else. It's head over heart, head over everything else. For example, when we take a shower, we shampoo before we do anything and soap any other part of our body up, because we want to prioritize the temple that's housing our brain, because we think of wisdom as something extremely precious. And the Torah is the most objective, most eternal, and most divine version of wisdom that we have in this world. It's the way that we live. It's the blueprint that we use to live, and it's the blueprint that was used to create the world. So we have to really get that message, drive that message home, that we want to live by these beautiful words, these inspiring words of the Torah, and we're going to dance and sing the night away. So I have a practical question that I'll end this video with. It's just a quick one. Basically, the question is, in order to really integrate wisdom, here's something that's going to help us all prioritize some of our own wisdom that we innately have. This is the question, what is something that only you can do that nobody else can? What relationship can only you nurture that nobody else can nurture the way you can? I would hope that somewhere in parenting or in your relationship with your siblings or your partner or your parents or your friends, there's some relationships in your life only you can nurture in the way that you can, and nobody else in the world can. And even beyond relationships, there's even serving ourselves. No one can serve us, no one can nurture us, no one can take care of ourselves the way that we can. We have to also be our own first priority. What unique impact are we in this world? There is nobody else who can do what you can do in this world. The reason that you're here alive right now to listen to this video is because you're here to do something. What are you here? You uniquely here to do. No one else can accomplish that thing better than you can. What is that thing? Once you figure out the top 5 things, or if you want the top 100 things on that list that only you can uniquely do, then prioritize those things first. Don't let anything get in the way of those things. So if only you are able to get your child to stop crying when they're upset, then don't delegate that task to anybody else. But other people beyond you can mop the kitchen floor. You're not the only one. Only you know what you need to recharge your battery so you can give more. Make sure you do that first. Only you can learn Torah every single time that you have an opportunity in order to recharge your own wisdom. There's so many areas that we can make a unique impact on the world. You know, I feel personally in my own home that I'm very blessed, and when I don't open my doors to other people, you know, and in terms of hosting and hospitality, I feel like I'm being incredibly selfish. There's certain things only you can offer in the world. Do those things. It doesn't have to look like everyone else's things, but whatever that is. So make that list. This is going to help us prioritize so much. Ask yourself this very practical question. What can I do that no one else in the world can? Have a wonderful night, and I hope you had a wonderful holiday.